my mom was calling me and saying, you have a degree as a lawyer. You have to go back home. What are you doing with your life? And I was saying, Mom, I know what I'm doing. Hi.
Where in the world are you right now?
I'm home in very cloudy and dark journey.
I love this time of year. It's the best.
Yeah, I kind of like it because you have time for work and focus on music. But when they ask you to promote your track and you need to make content and it's so dark, you put all the lamps on and it still looks like...
Yeah, to be fair, it's like, I think we're the same in the UK. It's just a consistent darkness from like October to March, and then
it's very short also.
Yeah.
Around
short
4,
days.
it's like a full night.
Yeah.
And how are you?
I'm really good, actually. I'm haven't recorded podcasts for a while because I generally do a batch of podcasts, and yeah, I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of it, which is nice. Had MJ Cole on earlier, which is amazing, and then got one more after you. So yeah, it's good.
Nice, and congrats, because I saw you have pretty nice names on the podcast and it's going great.
Well, yeah, I'm really, really lucky with it. It's like, you know how it is. Anything takes time. And this is... Next year is the 6th year of the podcast. So it's
wow.
Yeah. And I started April 2020 and haven't missed a week. So it's like, you know what it's like. It's just a lot of work. And yeah, finally we're at the point where people want to come on, and then for next year we want to kind of change it up a little bit and do more in person and make it more of a thing.
Very cool. I'm also starting now my radio show.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be first month.
Have you just started that?
Yeah, because there was a really slot, already existing slot, and one of the big DJs, she can't run it because she got pregnant, and I was like, oh wow, that's a great opportunity. And then I will also it's going to be, of course, mostly music, but I will speak a bit about essential tune, essential artist. And I'm doing also part job in Beatport as a music curator.
Yeah.
So I think it's a nice combination of me curating melodic house and techno, and also present to people on the radio best of it, and speaking a bit. And I don't know, it was always my dream, and it's kind of so me. So I'm so happy.
I think that's the thing, is I don't know if you've ever experienced this in the industry, but I think for such a long time, the industry is you're only allowed to do one thing. You're only allowed to, if you're the DJ producer, that's all you're allowed to be. You're not allowed to design clothes. You're not allowed to do whatever else excites you. Even in music, if you were okay, no, I want to become a radio presenter. Well, you can't do that. No, you have to just be the one thing that everyone knows you to be. But I feel in this day and age, slowly it's moving to this, no, you actually can do multiple things, and people can like different parts of you. And I don't know if you follow him, but Action Bronson, he's a classic example of a modern day artist, where it's people know him for the food vlogs, people know him for the fashion, people know him for his music, and that is kind of brought to you by one person.
But there's only one thing I would say: only if you play really good music, you're allowed to do that, because there are some people who doing a little bit of that, and then they say suddenly, oh, I'm also DJ on the controller, and you're guys, DJ work is not just a DJ playing on the controller at home. It's actually so much more. It's a real artist's full-time job. And
yeah, I totally agree. But I think that's what I'm kind of using him as an example, because whether you like his music, or whether you like his food vlogs, or whether you like the collaborations that he does, or whether you like him as who he is, everything's done really well, right? Yeah. And I think it's a good point of what you say, right? Is
sure,
okay, yeah,
I know another example is DJ Tennis.
Yeah,
he's a manager He's amazing DJ, amazing producer, and he's a cook. He also doing like a music week. He's in W Hotel, cooking for all the DJs, and like he has some restaurants, I think. And amazing. If you have a time and so many talents, go for it. It's fun.
It's fun, right? And I think that's what life's about. Is like, why do we choose to be, without sounding wanky, the artists, right? It's like because we can create. And we're good at creating. And in what world has there ever been a point where somebody tells us we can't do something? And it's like, well, you know what? Yeah, you can if you're good enough at it. And even if you're not good enough at it to start with, like this podcast sucked at the beginning. Like it sucked, but you get good at it, right? It's the same with DJing. You suck when you first play, and then you get good if you practice. But I also do agree with you that DJ culture now is very different, where it's more so DJing is a way to just play music rather than and reach an audience very quickly, and a big audience very quickly, rather than actually DJing.
Yeah. But actually, I'm being scared already since 1 week. Did you see this post of Pete Tong that Spotify has a new feature that now you can make a playlist and Spotify will make automatically transitions and will make a DJ mix.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you completely now replacing all the SoundCloud mixes of DJs and stuff. Because now mostly people, they will want just to choose songs which they like and they will listen their own sets. Yeah. Also become an interesting time.
I don't know about you, but do you listen to DJ mixes?
Very rare. There's only few artists which I listen for inspiration before I go to the studio or like, but honestly, very
I don't
rare.
ever listen. I actually very rarely listen to like electronic music when I'm just in life.
What do you listen?
Bit of everything. So I listen to like a lot of like piano, classical stuff. I listen to like country music. I listen to hip hop, but I very rarely listen to like electronic music unless a mate sends me a record. I try to actually like stay as far away as possible from it, because I just don't really want to take any influence from anybody else in the world, because the industry's so small in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, and everyone copying each other.
Yeah, but I think there's a level that you kind of need to a certain extent if you want to make a business out of it. But yeah, I think also it's like I need a break from it. It's so much when you're just like Instagram, TikTok, shows, studios, podcast. Like it's a lot, right?
Yes, but now as music curator, I need to listen every day. At least 1,000 house tracks. I mean, not 1,000, like 100. I know, I understand, but honestly, I love jazz.
Really?
And when I clean at home or I cook or something, I always listen jazz. I just know. I just always, even when I make my music or I play set, in all my tracks which I choose, it's always just happy, uplifting, really good groove, mood, and you know, and that's why to me jazz, it's like a perfect reference of my taste, you know?
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Berlin's held a pretty important part of your life. Are you still there?
I actually moved from Berlin 3 years ago when it was COVID. I moved to South Germany. I live basically on the border with Switzerland and Austria and close to Munich airport. It's been very nice, and now I don't regret, because, you know, when you become older, 5 years in Berlin, 5 years in New York, 5 years in Amsterdam, it's enough. Now you just want to come back home, you want to do your stuff, and you don't want to have this like noisy city and someone calling you on Sunday and saying, hey, let's go to Berghain, I have a guest list. And then on Monday you're like, oh, so tired. Why I did go there?
Do you think as an artist though, like it comes a point where you almost have to live in a city like that? You almost have to like immerse yourself in a scene to kind of build a career?
100%. I always say to everyone that like I did, again, 5 years in New York, 5 years in Berlin. It was like literally university of life, because they say if you made it in New York, you can make it anywhere. It was like life university and music wise, because the artists who I met there, the studios, they're like as soon as I moved to Berlin, I randomly met people from Roland. They invited me to the office, and then suddenly they were like sponsoring me and they giving me all Roland equipment and access to cloud. And when you live in Berlin and you're broke, usually you eat just kebab every day for lunch and dinner for €5. And but it's
kebab.
like, it's like so much opportunities when you live in big city. I mean, there is many big cities, but I think there are like London and Berlin, which the most important in our career, in our industry, I think. So,
yeah, I agree. I think like Lisbon is slowly starting to become that. Like a lot of people are moving to Lisbon, obviously tax reasons.
Yes.
And all of that. But I feel like a lot of artists, a lot of songwriters moved there over the last like 5 years. I love New York. New York's my favorite, personally.
I love New York, of course, but to live there, it's really difficult because, it's very expensive and it's big. And right now it's changing a lot. And I just find Europe easier for live. But to go to travel is amazing. I love to go to play in, out, tack. Perfect.
See, I would move to New York tomorrow again if I could, or if
Have you ever lived in Berlin or somewhere in Europe?
I lived in New York years ago. I've never really. I've lived in Ibiza, but not anywhere else in Europe. Honestly, I have no desire to live anywhere else in Europe. Like where I live in the UK is beautiful. Like,
but did it ever happen to you? Like people sometimes they come to Rome and they're like, I could live here.
No, never. there's literally nowhere in the world that I like would rock up, and there's New York is literally the only place I go to and go, I would move back here tomorrow. And I used to live in Detroit for like years.
Okay.
So like I would go back there.
I would go to LA, like Los Angeles, just because they have so much nature.
No, I can't with LA.
So many studios right now, and also Ultra and Universal, Armada. Everyone have no studios there. All the publishing guys. I think LA is kind of inspiring, but yeah, go for it. Go to New York.
Well, the thing with LA is you can be so productive, right? And I think it's like I had SG Lewis on the podcast, and we were talking about like our relationships with LA, and that you can literally just go to LA to work. You can go there for 2 months, like get a lot of work done, be very productive, and then just leave. You don't have to live in LA. Like we're very fortunate, like in our lifestyles, that we can travel and do all of that.
Same as New York.
Am I right that you did a law degree?
Yeah. I was just talking to my friend about it. He was asking me why I did it. I was like, what do you mean why? I was young and my parents wanted me to do degree. Actually, like in country where I'm from, every single person has a degree.
Yeah.
Like top degree. And here in Europe, I met so many people and they don't really care about it. And most of the people I know who are actually very successful in business and make a lot of money, they're like, no, but I just finished school and I worked and I didn't do any degree. But I'm happy I did because it helps me a lot, of course. Erudition, I know history, and I'm very easy working with, logistics.
Yeah.
Handling all the problems in the airport. I'm so secure that I'm very happy I did it.
Do you deal with all your record contracts as well?
And no, luckily I have an A&R, but I'm kind of in control. We're discussing how we can do that the best way. And it's pretty easy.
What's it like?
All standard.
What's it like moving to the US though to do a law degree?
No, I did it in my country.
You did it. Okay.
I moved after I finished. I practiced to be a lawyer, and then I realized to be a good lawyer, you need to be a good liar. No, it's a very tough job. This TV show on Netflix, Suits?
No, I've never watched it, but I know it, but I've never watched it. No,
it's like many episodes and seasons, and it's like every single episode is like so much stress. And, when I was doing music since I was 16, it was always just my hobby. And then when I finished university, I tried to work, and I was like, no, I want to go to America, and maybe I will learn to produce music, and maybe I can make music my life. And it's like, it was like 15 years ago. It was kind of pretty different.
What was the first time you realized that music could be your career or was your career?
It's not. I guess when I moved to New York, slowly started to meet people and play and making actually decent money.
Yeah.
And making my first record. I don't know. I think it was when I made my first record, maybe. Then people also started to take you very serious,
Yeah.
And everything completely changed. I actually made the first record and I released it on the label of Eric Barillo. And my friend, she was
Subliminal?
a vocalist. Yeah. She was a vocalist and she met him in the club and she sent him record. I didn't even know. And then we were sitting with her in Manhattan, like having coffee or whatever. And then she goes, "Oh, Eric is calling me." I was like, "What? Eric?" For me, he was like, because when I was like in 2007, I played my first time in big club and I was opening for him. So for me, he was like, I don't know.
The one.
I was,
the God.
Yeah, the one, the God. And then he's like, "Oh, girls, this record sounds so good, but I would do some changes in the mix. Would you like to come to LA and work with me and Harry Romero in the studio? I will buy you flights." I was like, what? And then, of course, I realized, wow, this is like, Hollywood dream come true. Not even just a DJ dream. It's like, it's huge.
What was that? What record was that? Was that Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was two records together. They were released.
And then High and Low.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
23, 22.
It's a mad thing, right? When you're 22, 23, living in New York, not from that country, right? Like not really experienced of America, and the dude that you look up to, one of the most, is releasing your records and you're like, well, fuck, we can do this. This is actually something that can actually become a career.
But I tell you why, and I tell you a secret. Because, those days I was working as a waitress in some French restaurant in West Village, and my mom was calling me and saying, "You have a degree as a lawyer. You have to go back home. What are you doing with your life?" And I was saying, "Mom, I know what I'm doing. I see myself." I was so obsessed about this. I was like, "Mom, please be patient, please be patient." And, I was just like, people were offering me like different stuff, go back home, this, that. I was like, leave me alone. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. And then now when I started to be able to afford to take my mom to Miami, to Las Vegas, to Hawaii, to Bali, and my mom always like, "Wow, you were right. I'm so proud of you." No, but this is passion, you know? It's when you just like, you go for it. You don't want to do anything else in your life. And then you just go, and then you arrive there where you want to be.
I think that's it though, isn't it? It's just knowing that there's no other option. There's no, like, failure is not even an option, and you will keep doing it and doing it and doing it until it's a point where you are doing it, if that makes sense. And
yeah,
it's such a weird industry to be in because you never know. Like it's not like normal business. It's not like being a lawyer, right? Where you go get a job at a firm, you work your way up, you become a partner, and then, or maybe you go start your own partnership or your own firm. And here it's like you could be making the best music in the world and no one hear about you for years and years and years, and potentially never hear about you.
But that's why you need to be open to do different stuff. You need to be open to do social media. I know many artists like you speak about, like especially from Berlin, who are making extraordinary music, but they don't have guts to go to Ibiza, to make connections, to talk to people, be nice, smile, Also try to meet other people from, I don't know, even this cooking stuff you just were saying in the beginning. When you cook for people, you meet new people, they invite friends, and then these friends turn into your community. And when you play, they all buy tickets, tables, and it's like a big machine, big business. You can't just look at like, okay, if I make hit, I will be big. No, you have to do this. Just be open to work. Also, like when people come to me and they say, "Oh, I want to become DJ," and what do you think? I say, guys, you can't imagine. I work 24/7. Even when I go for vacation, maybe one day or a second day, I start to go crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I need to reply this email. Oh, what my manager say? I have 2 offers. I need to decide if I want to go. Oh, I need to post on Instagram. I never can stop. Never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. My girlfriend, we're going away on vacation for like the first time like I've ever been on like a proper vacation without. I'm trying to like tell myself that I'm gonna turn my phone off completely and just like switch off and see if I can do it. But like it's the first time in my whole career, in like 15 years, that I would have ever have just like tried to not pay attention to anything at all. But that goes back to the passion thing. I think you could work the corporate lifestyle, and yeah, you have to work really hard because you work in a corporate job. But at the end of the day, you can switch off if you choose to. Whereas we can't. Like, yeah, we might have managers, we might have agents, we might have a label, right? But realistically, the only people that care about our career the most is ourselves.
Exactly.
And if you don't turn up on a daily basis, no one else is going to turn up. If you are looking to get into the music industry, whether that's as a producer, DJ, songwriter, or you just want to learn more about the craft, Point Blank Music School is the place to do it. They've got courses both online and in person, covering everything you need to know to level up your skills. They've even just launched a brand new 2- and 4-year degree program in music production and audio engineering at the LA campus. And for you lucky listeners of this podcast, you can get 20% off selected courses when you use the code word WillClarke20 at checkout. Hit the link in the description and use the code word WillClarke20 at checkout. Point Blank Music School. Power up your music career, people. How have you built a team over the years that work with you?
Luckily, I always have a strategy. So I always thought I should go to live to Ibiza. I should go to this particular clubs, based backstages, and meet, show my face. And then suddenly one day I became friends with probably people who, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they offered me management, but it took actually about a year because, good management, they never also just accept you. They wait until one artist maybe leave because they always have like maximum 8 artists or 5 artists. I was like every day waking up and I was like, I hope they take me, I hope they take me, I hope they take me. And when they took me, like in few weeks, they already called me. They said, we just talked to CEA and they take you on board bookings. I didn't even know what a CEA. I was like, okay. And they were like, what, okay? That's like the best booking agency in the world. I was like, I don't know. It was so cute. But then COVID happened and it was actually time for us when we had time to get to know each other from personal side. And and then while COVID, I was building myself. And when COVID stopped, it was crazy. I had so many shows that I was crying and calling to my management and saying, please, no, I can't. I'm so tired. And I'm very proud of my team.
Yeah.
The best management, bookers, PR, marketing, everything. Everyone is so good.
Yeah, it was such a strange time. Did you like COVID?
Yes. But wait, we were receiving the same management, right? FM artist, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
You're not, are you with FM now?
No, I'm with Chris.
With
Roda.
Yeah. No, I'm still, I'm 360, but technically FM.
They separated.
Yeah.
COVID was great because it was kind of 6 months when I found balance. I took a course of private training. I became a private trainer and
what's a private trainer?
It's basically a person who goes with you to the gym.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah. Like a PT. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I was like telling to all my friends, let's go to the park. I will teach you how to become healthy. And then we were doing exercises every day, planks for 8 minutes. And I was cooking for everyone. I made everyone to drink protein shake every morning. And I slept every night. And I didn't have a FOMO that I'm home and there is a party somewhere. I think there was a moment of COVID which really helped me to find a balance in my life. And since then, I'm in great shape. I'm very happy. And I really think it was fine.
Yeah.
It was not so bad.
Yeah, I think so many people had like so many different experiences, right? It was pretty good for me. It was great. I think career-wise, it probably was a tough time because I had literally my biggest records during COVID. So like going into COVID was one of my biggest records, and then in April, I had one of my biggest records. So it's like that time is like the time when you want to be touring the most. But you've just got to ride the wave, right?
You can make it again, like release it again, no?
Yeah, you can. And just also just
This is
not.
many, like get few big remixes and release it.
I'm just not that. I'm very much like I'd rather look forward and go, okay, well, that had a moment in time. I don't need to regurgitate that again and again and again.
I love your music, man, by the way.
Thank you.
I love this high energy, acid sometimes, and like really, really driving.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I was listening to your album this morning, TWINSOUL.
Thank you.
Let's talk about it. Did you like writing it?
Well, the actual album I released 2 years ago on Armada, and it was completely all original tracks written with singers, which, it's very difficult because right now no one really listens to albums, and some of tracks get lost. So that's why you need to release it like single. In this particular body language compilation, because it's like at Physical every year choose artists who are making this compilation, but they kind of take tracks from the label and they do their own versions. Some tracks were I made original, but again, all the singles which we released went amazing. Yeah. And tracks which released in the final piece, they lost
nothing. Yeah. It's a tough one because I did the same last year on Armada. It's such a strange battle because I think as artists we want to write albums because that's what we grew up listening to, and I think it's like a milestone in your career to just release albums. I think it also gives fans a little bit more of an insight of who you are as a human and as an artist, because I think those tracks that don't come out as singles are the tracks that you make late at night in the studio midweek that no one really ever hears. But there is there's an issue that people don't hear it.
Yeah, but it's also fine. You know, you do it for yourself, and I know one day you make a big hit and all your tracks and albums will be rediscovered. That's what I hope for, you know?
Yeah.
That's what really proves that you're real. That,
Would you do another one? Like write a whole new one? No?
No, because again, only if it's like all singles and then album. Because if you do something which is going only in the album, it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah,
but still, I'm happy I did it.
I think it's like if you're big enough as an artist where you have a big enough audience, even records that don't get don't get heard to your full amount of audience, but the audience is so big that it still gets streamed really well or gets sold really well. I think that's the difference. And I think I've been talking to a lot of artists recently and talking about the ups and downs of careers and how a lot of artists are struggling now. And it's kind of like a sign of the times. And my argument to everybody is like, when they question why is that person still doing really well and that person still doing really well, even though they're not like the hottest thing in the world. And I think my theory is that they got big enough so that even when the times are bad, even when there's not many people raving, or they're not the hottest thing since sliced bread at this moment in time, like they had a big enough audience that 10% of that audience still can sell out a massive show and they can still generate enough income. Whereas there's a lot of artists that have a quick flash in the pan moment of success, but it doesn't turn round to enough people. So how do you build a 15, 20 year career by a small number of people? And it's hard because I think that's now when we're seeing a lot of artists just completely struggle.
I think I have an answer.
Tell me.
I think it's very important, again, to have your community. And especially for me, I made a major mistake, which I didn't understood that it will affect my career. It's when you constantly changing countries and cities. I will give you example, like let's say Belgium. let's take any like Amelie Lanes, and she's or like even you're from London, right?
I'm from England. I don't live in London.
From England, okay. Well, let's come back to Amelie Lanes. She's from Belgium. Belgium is one of the biggest countries where they have festivals.
Yeah.
And she's from there. She lives there, and she has a huge community which is coming from Brussels and all small cities around.
Yeah.
So she has already a community, and every time she travel abroad, those people from her community, they also sometimes come to see her play. So she already sell part of the tickets, and I think this is what is important. That's why I started now again with my label. Because this way I can see opportunity for me as a person who moved at least 10 times maybe. This is like opportunity for me to really bring together my community with the same sound of music. And again, it's not enough just to make music. And if you struggle with building your community in particular country or city or whatever, it's like this. Yeah, you need to have a community, and then you will be always successful.
Yeah, I agree. But I think the community has to be to a certain level. I think that you can have a really solid community, but it's still probably not big enough sometimes to warrant a career, right?
Yes, but sometimes it just starts from something.
Yeah.
It's easier to start from something like this than zero.
Yeah. It's interesting though, because for me, like in my career, I never play in the UK. I might play in the UK once a year, maybe. I can't even get booked in like my local city, like Bristol.
But this is weird because, for example, I know a lot of artists who are from London.
Yeah.
And they have such a crazy support from Fabric and Coco, and they all the time playing in there.
Yeah, it's really weird. My career was built in America, which is strange as well. It's like, I started in Ibiza, but the career, all my fans, majority of them are in
I know why, because you love New York. You don't love London. You love New York.
I do love London. I would never live there though.
I'm joking.
Yeah. No, it's strange, but I do feel like you do have to feed into that community. But it goes back to what you were saying. I think it's like networking at the end of the day is like,
and also sound. Like let's see Jamie Jones, like when you go in Ibiza to Paradise, I think it's 99% UK people because he is sounding like UK. He is from UK, and he has a great community. And
how important do you think a hit record is?
Was actually thinking about this a few days ago when I was in Ibiza. I was like, I think I have everything. I'm only missing one hit. And I think this is the most important, like in our current situation, because by making hit, you can blow up on TikTok.
Yeah.
You can blow up on the radio. That's why people actually come and buy tickets, because they want to see this record. You play and they sing it while dancing. That's only what they want,
How does one make a hit?
If I knew, I would make. No, but definitely, like all my life, I only made, I never really sampled tracks.
Yeah.
Only few. And I was always trying to make original acapellas, write songs. And I think actually you never know and you never really expect. There is a track on my compilation. The album which came out 2 weeks ago, Takina. Didn't expect it all. Right now it's number one on Beatport, so you never can know. I think you just should do what you like, and then one day, if it means to be, it will happen.
Yeah.
You can't really push it like, let's make a hit. How?
No, it's impossible, right? It's impossible. How have you found over the years the need for social media? Because when you started, there wasn't really social media. Wasn't really the need, and it was very much more of a local community. And I felt the community was way smaller. DJs would support each other's records if they liked it. If a record was being supported, people would Shazam it. It was very much a tight knit community, where now I wouldn't say it is a tight community. It's massive. It's global now. But again, you don't even need a hit. You can blow up overnight with a video. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know what to say, because I think still those people who blow up with those kind of videos, they still had hits.
Do you think? I don't know. I disagree. Mochak.
I don't know who. Yeah, but his music is very accessible. It's super.
His music is great. Like, I like his music, but his music was never first.
Yeah, you're right. And everyone was actually saying kind of not nice things about him firstly, and then blow up.
And then they realized how big he got. Like, I think we're now in the day and age where it doesn't have to be the record. I think the record is obviously so important because he followed up, right? He followed up with amazing music.
But I think it's also going to go away very soon.
Do you think?
I think it's coming to this point. I think so. Yeah. I don't know.
What's going away? Social media, or
kind of in our industry, things will change.
Yeah.
Because people will start still go back to the music.
Do you think?
Rather than all these videos. I don't know. I'm just seeing it. I'm just last few months have been some festivals and people saying that actually hard techno probably is next year already starts and go a little bit back, because it's just too much. Everyone is doing the same, that's why they will start to push each other out.
Yeah, because I think that is the issue, right? It's the issue with the music industry on the business side of things, not the artist side of things, on the business side of things, that you look at, let's say, what Anima's doing, right? Okay, I've said this multiple times, so I sound like a broken record, but people see somebody have extreme success with a genre of music and go, well, I can make that and I can have a percentage of that success by making that same music because he might play the record, right? Yes, you can have a percentage of that success, but are you ever going to be him? And the answer is no. You're never going to be as big as the person that you're copying because they did it first and they'll do it way better than you, no matter what. But we are in this really weird time where it's not actually about the whole record. It's about the first 5 seconds of it and how people consume records, right? Like the TikTokification of hard techno, right? Hard techno wasn't what it is now, but I believe, and I if you think I'm wrong, please tell me, but there has to be a reason, there has to be a hook to capture people online. And that is sampling some of the biggest records in the world and then put in a hard techno record or put in a tech house beat over it or put in whatever that is over that. Because it's there's a fucking Britney Spears record. Everyone knows that record. Oh, it's a remix of it. Sweet. Hit record, gone.
I was ChatGPT recently. Why hard techno is so popular right now? And actually, it's exactly what I thought. That's why, because they call it TikTok techno,
Mm-hmm.
And they explained that when it was COVID, many people kind of suffered, break up, they were alone, they couldn't see friends. And when they all came out, this TikTok techno, hard techno, it's something when you hear, you really release adrenaline like crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why people kind of became addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually makes sense and it's very cool.
It makes complete sense. It's the punk of electronic music. Yeah. Whether you like it or not is completely it's the biggest genre right now in electronic music. And punk was that as well at a period of time. Punk was super cool. It was the coolest thing to be punk in the world. And then it got uncool. And then everyone it off, and then it was only a small minority of people that carried that punk thing on, and it's exactly the same.
But the most important from what you said about Anima, I always say it in my interviews and every time I talk to anyone or artists who are kind of guiding and helping, the thing is that first of all those people, they don't know how much money behind invested in those videos on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I know. Second of all, never copy anyone. That's what you said in the beginning. You don't listen to electronic music because you don't want to have influence. This is so good and correct, because the most important is to be yourself, completely yourself. And also when you send track, let's say Anima or Solomon, you actually don't know what they are up to in 1 year. Because what they play today, it's already old.
Yeah.
And if you made a track which you saw on Instagram and you made a copy of this track and you think they will sign it, they will not sign it. It's already too cheesy, too old, you know?
Yeah.
So the best way to build a career, it's just to find something new, something that is you, something completely not like anyone. And then that will blow up. It's like, I know, because I receive also so many promos. And I'm like, this is copy of this, this is copy of this, this is copy of this. It's so boring. Come on, guys. Be exclusive.
It's so boring.
Original.
And that's why I respect you so much for starting a radio show in this day and age, because there's so much music out there that is just not original. And it's even some of the biggest artists in the world, like that I'm seeing, I'm just like, guys, you have the platform to push music forward. You have the ability, like you have the skills. And if you don't have the skills, you have the option to get the people with the best skills in the world, and you release the same record over and over again. And that's when I question the business side of the industry, where we all have to pay our bills, and I understand that we all have to make music that the fans are going to listen to. But if you have a big enough audience, the fans will listen, and there'll be enough fans that it will influence any record you do to kind of put it out to the world. And it's where I had Moby on the podcast a while ago, and
wow.
He mentioned that he was like, I think he was also talking about on more of a political level, but he was like, I'm fed up with massive artists playing it safe when they don't have to play it safe. It's strange.
That's why, you know, when you asked me, do I listen sets? There is only 2 artists which I listen. Marcel Detman and Ben Clarke. Those guys, they never play safe.
Yeah.
Like when I listen Marcel Detman, I just close my eyes and he makes me fly so far away in the space. And it's like so inspiring how he just, I don't know where he even takes those tracks from. It's insane. Like, that's why maybe I have this kind of different type of brain, type of mind.
Yeah.
Even though I'm in kind of commercial music, but still, if I listen only super intelligent, hypnotic, underground techno. Yeah.
But I think that's the difference, right? Is that Marcel and Ben, they might not have the hit records, but they have they're proper DJs.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between DJs from that time, right? And DJs from where we're sat, if you know what I mean. We DJ our own music to promote our own music. People come to pay to see us play our records. People go see those guys to play the best fucking records that no one's ever heard.
Yeah.
There's 2 different DJs nowadays.
That's why I have a kind of now dream that maybe I keep my Yulia Niko commercial name, and maybe I start on the side, kind of underground name, who maybe no one will ever know even who is this until it's big. I don't know.
Wear a mask.
No, but just to start to release tracks, and slowly people like ask, who is she, or who is this? I don't know. Just have kind of future dreams.
Yeah.
That's what I want to maybe dedicate my time when I have more time, if I have.
Yeah, and I think like I used to live with a guy in Detroit. His artist name is Uun, and he just makes the most amazing, like, hypnotic. It's very Marcel Detman vibes, like Ben Clarke vibes. They used to play all of his records, and it was like so unbelievably underground, and the scene is so niche that to build a career in that is impossible, like even more impossible than what it is in the scene that you and I are in, if you know what I mean.
I'm also curious because I was just playing 2 weeks ago festival, and there was James Dabiela. And
so one of the best DJs in the world.
And there was like main dance floor, James Zabila was like so much less people. And then I started to play and the dance floor happily became full. But honestly, I don't know personally Marcel or Ben or James. But I complain sometimes, but probably I should shut up, because I'm really curious how those guys are thinking and struggling, because all this social media and all this TikTok techno life now probably affect them a lot. And it's unfair. Completely 100%. Unfair.
Well, again, it's okay. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way at all, because like James Hype, I've had him on the podcast. I'm mates with him. James Hype and James Zabila, and it's weird that they've got the same name. Like they're both technically the same, like unbelievable technical DJs. James Zabila is. I remember working space in Ibiza, and I used to record all the sets for We Love, and James was a resident there, and people would be queuing out the door to see him. Like he'd rock up and he'd bring some new technology that was just mind blowing. Realistically, what James Hype is doing is exactly the same as what he's doing, as what James Zabila did, but with modern technology. And using social media to kind of grow a community so that it's something special. And I think that's all the difference is I think this conversation, we've just kind of come round in circles, and it's marketing. Marcel Detman, if he really wanted to be, could be the biggest techno DJ. Could be the biggest techno DJ in the world, right? Like there's and he is one of the biggest techno DJs in the world. But
maybe then the answer is age. Maybe he just tired, and James Hype has all the energy. He's new. Right.
And maybe they don't want that. And I think this is the thing is like, I always look at this as I try and not put my thoughts and feelings on somebody else's career, because I'm like, why do they not do that? Why are they not doing this? Like they're fucking best. Like in my opinion, like Maceo Plex, probably in electronic music, one of my favorite producers. I think could be like the biggest in the world, like realistically, but he's not, because you see the marketing techniques they use, and it's like, well, obviously there's multiple things, but exactly. And then I question myself, it's like, maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they've done it. Maybe they've got to that point in their career. And I think that's the thing.
I think they got married, they got kids, and they realized that maybe, also, who was it? There was some big, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, Mark Knight.
Yeah.
Of course, I was a fan when I started my career all my life. And then this year I was playing at SXM Festival. He came to me. He was actually for 1 hour behind of me because I was closing another stage after he finished main stage. And then he said, wow, I never heard such a cool tracks. Like for the last 6 months, I think it's the best set I ever heard. Like, I mean, it's not I ever heard. Sorry, I'm too excited now. For the last 6 months, it was one of the best sets I've heard.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. And then we started to talk, and he told me that, now he's like older and he doesn't really care to play anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He says that he played 1 or 2 shows. His label is doing amazing.
Yeah.
And even though if you don't make millions, it's still great life.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's see what will happen to me in 20 years. Maybe I say the same.
Well, I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's like you've got to look at a lot of these guys and girls, right? That like where they're at now is where we could be at in 20 years' time. Like if you look at Mark, for example, Mark has built one of the strongest record labels in the electronic music world. 100%.
Right? This year they were number 1 by Beatport nominated.
And you also look at what else they've built is they built the Tool Room Academy, which is a very successful business, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got Mark's touring career. So you've got 3 incomes that is generating a lot of cash. And it goes back to exactly the same thing as what we said right at the beginning. If you do something, do it really well. And if you do it really well for long enough, it will eventually pay off. And that's what a lot of them are doing. Look at Armada, right? However you feel about Armada as a record label, they have built, Armin and Mikhail have built something that will last longer than they're alive. And it employs so many people. It gives a platform to so many artists, like, and they're earning a ton amount of money.
I actually want to say that my huge respect to Armando, because especially Michael, I love him so much. He's such a nice human, and all people he hired, they are the sweetest. The whole team of Armada is like best of the best. And every time when I come to ADE, I always feel like home because they treat me, like a queen.
Yeah.
And I really love them so much, for sure.
No, and that's the thing, is like but again, it goes back to what we said in the beginning. They've done it well. And it wasn't great to start with. It never is great to start with. It just takes time and takes the right people to kind of put the minds together and build it and build it and build it. And there was a period when Armada wasn't hip and trendy. There was a period when Armada went through tough times, if you know what I mean. Just like we all do.
Of course.
We all have at times in our career.
Okay.
So what is that one thing for you? Is it label? Is it radio show? Like what do you see yourself in 20 years time doing? Or is it not there yet?
So I also started my management company.
Oh, cool. Do it well.
I think I need to make a list already of all things I do. And it's just, I think I have an eye. And I discovered some people, and I was always like genuinely and kindly giving advices, and those advices were working, and people were blowing up. And then one of the artists from Berlin, he's a live performer. He asked me, and I looked through his whole picture and music, and I was like, I know exactly what to do with you. But if I tell you something, I want a contract. And then I called to some booking agencies and
said like a true lawyer.
Yes. Just just been working for a very long time, and I have a really big experience of 20 years in this industry.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why not? Why not like DJ Tennis do like with Carlita and stuff? And the thing is that since last 3 years, I'm really afraid of flying. Really badly. I did so many therapies and read a book and this and that. Sometimes it's good, but most of the time we fly when we're very tired. After two or three shows, you wake up after 2 hours of nap, and then you go on the plane. And of course, I think your adrenaline and your stress control is much more worse. So of course, that's why I was like, why don't I open management company and then people can work? And I can just sit at home and work on the computer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I also think that if I will ever quit music industry, I will open my logistic agency, because I love to do logistics.
Do you? I fucking hate it so much.
I can do it for you.
My assistant will hate that. She's probably listening now going, no, don't start one.
No, I'm joking. I didn't quit my job yet, so I don't have time yet. No worries.
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing. I've been like looking back a lot recently and kind of going like 5 years ago was a long time ago. 10 years ago was even longer. And you're like, so much has happened in 10 years. And we don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years.
For sure.
You could hang up, a TikTok could blow up tomorrow, and then you're too big to even talk to me ever again. Like that is literally how it can work. Until it happens.
No, I mean, I know myself, that's for sure.
Yeah. We work.
It's just, when I started my career, sorry to interrupt you,
go for it.
That's why I have this education. That's why my parents, they were always supporting me, and they were saying, go try.
Yeah.
Worst case, you can always come back. And for me, that's why I say, I could be logistic. I do management. This. For me, it's like it inspires me more to work on my career when I know that I have a safe plan B, C, D, E, F, G. If I would only, like when you play poker, and if you only have last 5,000 euro, you will stress and you will lose them.
Yeah.
But when you have a couple of millions and you don't care about this 5,000, you risk, you don't think. And then you really kill it, So That's why I'm a Capricorn. I always need to know that everything is safe and in structure. And that's why I always think that what would I do? I would do a million things. I also hear many people who is like, oh, what if this trip now will come out, it will not work and I will not have money and I will not. Guys, there is so much stuff you can do in this life.
Yeah.
You know, just do it. Just think what you like. It's not so difficult.
I think also, no, I totally agree with you. And something that I've kind of said to my management now is like, I can invest in this, and I'm literally willing to go back to zero. I can have nothing, because I know that I'll be able to come out of it somehow, and I'll work out how to come out of it. And if this investment takes me to zero, then we've tried it and we know not to do it again. But if we don't try it, we're going to be sat here in 2 years' time going, what if? And it's very true. Which then leads on to the last question, which I kind of think you just answered, but life advice, not in music, just in life. Like, do you like giving life advice? And if you could, what would it be?
I think I would be very good psychologist. It's like, they say I'm very good on giving advices, but maybe I'm not the best with my life, kind of. But I think now in my age, I'm already wise enough to also handle my life and maybe give some good advice. But I think it's also in life and in music, I think strategy is important. Really, make your research, talk to people, make a plan. And then if you make a plan and you say, I want to be here in 5 years, then they say that there will be straight line way made for you from, I don't know, from this energy, right? Which connects all of us. But if you just like, I don't know what to do, but I want to be a DJ, where I should start, and like whatever, watch Netflix, which I watch Netflix a lot. But I did this already. I did for 20 years a lot of work, so now I can actually chill and watch Netflix. But yeah, strategy. For me, it was always in life and in music industry, strategy is the most important thing.
Love that. Yulia, thanks so much for coming on. I loved it.
It was fun.
Hopefully I'll see you at some point. But yeah, big love. Thanks for coming on.
For sure. And send me your music.
I will. Let's stay on.